Hi, this is Rob Polenick at Brutal Iron Gym. Today's workout was back and biceps. I've been really wanting to work on my upper back, the area across my shoulder blades and slightly above. I'm wanting to build thickness to my upper back. That was my main focus with my back exercise choices today. So I started with dumbbell Grimes raises. There's a bodybuilder named Regan Grimes, and I was watching a video. This was a long time ago, many years ago. He was being trained by Milos Sarcev, and they were doing lateral raises, but instead of a traditional raise where you target on the shoulders and the arms stay kind of long, he was doing it to where the arms were slightly bent and it was pulling back with the dumbbells. So you'll see my chest actually kind of like drops when the dumbbells are forward to stretch open my shoulder blades. And then I'm thinking of pulling up and back. So the dumbbells are actually moving like in a diagonal line, but I'm thinking of pulling up and back, and I will allow my elbows to bend as the weight gets heavier. It's a variation of like a very high bent over row. It's a hybrid of a lot of things, but I really feel that in that kind of dead spot in my upper back. So I did an ascending sets technique to just kind of flush through the warm up. So I did, I think 20 for 10, 25 for 10, 30 for 10, 35 for 10, and 40 for 10, and just kind of boom, 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 boom. And then I kept that movement and did it for heavy sets of 10 to 14 reps paired with T-bar rows. I've been playing with the setup on that to try to get an overhand grip and a higher body angle than a typical kind of bent over row, because I'm wanting to pull out some of the lats and focus more on the upper back. So instead of being in an extremely bent over position, I'm actually wanting to be at more of an upright position. And the arc that the T-bar has, it really again targets that mid spot for me. I like supersetting these because the Grimes raises allows me to get that good mind muscle connection, and it pre-sensitizes the muscles. So then when I do the T-bar rows, I can really feel the area I want rather than feeling like my upper traps or my biceps or something else. And then also the Grimes raises decrease the amount of weight I need on the T-bar rows by pre-exhausting the muscles. And if I can reduce the weight load on the T-bar row, that reduces some of the stabilization demand for my core muscles in my lower back. So that way I don't overdevelop those muscles trying to get to my upper back. So a lot of layers in there, but a really good pairing. I then kept the bent over T-bar rows and paired them with a seated one arm row. And this was mimicking, there's a Nautilus seated one arm row machine that I really like. I wanted to set that up with the bench. You can see I'm sitting on the long part of the bench. I have the seat part up and I'm kind of anchored off of that. And then I'm just pulling nice and low. So instead of pulling where my hand is basically coming where it feels even, I'm not too high, not too low. Instead of pulling even, I'm actually trying to pull a little bit lower than even so I can really feel that in my lower lats. So that was me starting to incorporate my lats into the workout. I then kept, like I said, the T-bar rows for a couple heavy sets just to really get extra volume, extra emphasis on that upper back area. I then finished with some leaning forward lat pull downs, investing into a gym pin. Actually, I think it's actually from the company Bear Steel, and it's going to help me add plates to the weight stack. I have tried it with bands before, but the bands don't have the same feel as plate weight would have. So I really like the plate weight variation. I then, after doing that, I did biceps. So I did cable curls with a little bit of a higher angle to work on the upper connection by the shoulder, and then paired that with alternating dumbbell curls to get a good stretch on the extension. So that pairing allowed me to target both the upper bicep and the lower bicep, so that way I could get a good full development across both of those movements. And by pairing them together, it decreased the weight load I needed, especially since I just did a whole back workout and your biceps are assisting in all the back movements. I didn't want to have to overload the biceps and risk any connective tissue injury or muscle tissue injury. So supersetting the two bicep movements actually allows me to reduce weight load, but still accrue the stress I would want or need in order to get the growth that I want. So that was it. That was all the ideas and thought process behind the workout. If you give it a try, I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. And thank you for watching.